There we go.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hey, we can call the regular Parks and Rec Commission meeting for Tuesday, November 25th to order at 6:01. Gonna do a roll call?
So, Hank Krutoff. Aaron Cole. Gabby Brown.
Here.
Sarah Rodriguez.
Here.
Kelsey Hayden. Here. Jim Fritsch.
here,
Danny Carpenter.
here,
And Beckworm.
Approval of the minutes. You want to make a motion?
make a motion to approve the minutes. I'll segment.
Any discussion on minutes? Hearing none, we can vote to approve. What do you want to do? You want to do a roll call to approve those or just? All those in favor?
Right,
Anybody opposed? Okay. Communications from visitors. Any audience comments regarding agenda items? No. Okay, report, director's report.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming this holiday week. You know, that's why I had sent out a few emails, so sorry to bombard you with that, but everyone was getting, I'm not gonna be here, I'll be here, I'm not gonna be here, so I just needed some information with it, but so we're just wrapping up our budget season. The budget, final budget meeting will be on December 3rd. So I have put in the packet, we'll talk about it a little bit later about what that looks like for the whole Parks and Rec, so even our revenue, our operating budget, and for ODIAC, which is an enterprise fund, so try to get all that together. So it was a tough one this year, so we're just trying to plan about what is gonna happen moving forward, so yeah, moving through that process, but really looking forward to making the best out of a bad situation right now and learning and using what we have to do the things that we love, which is recreation. So, you know, we took a hard hit, but we're just gonna keep moving forward. We have had some really great programs and activities recently. So we just wrapped up basketball. So that was awesome. And we have cheer camp going on right now, floorball and flag football, and we have a Santa run coming up. All of those were well attended. We've got some great pictures. I don't know, it's just really great hearing all the noise at Darky right now. We're just making progress on the winter activity guide, so that will be out at the end of December, January 1st. And we're just planning on what that looks like right now, which is gonna be what our schedules are at both facilities, because I am anticipating that the pool will be open, even though you will not see it in the activity guide. We still want to plan for some activities there. So we might come out with that separately. We're also planning is underway for the Iceberg Festival. We had really good programs for it last year. We started up dodgeball again. There was basketball. We had a pickleball tournament that was well attended. And at the pool, we had a paddle battle, which was my favorite, but I'm a little biased with that. It was a lot of fun having some kayak wars. Because we have been talking about doing something like that for years, so it was great. Yeah, we love the Iceberg Festival. We had great news for Skaters Cabin, the Cordova Community Foundation. I met with them and they have donated a match of $20,000 to Skaters Cabin. It goes through the end of 2026, so they'll distribute it in 26. But it started on the 14th, I think, so any money that goes from that time, I did put a cutoff on it of June just because I anticipate that we will have enough hopefully to purchase a cabin by then, so I didn't want to keep going. And we've had really a lot of people talking about donating, and it's happened, so it's really great to to hear that. So, and then we got in before tax season too, so. Transfer 25. Yeah, it was just really amazing that they went above and beyond what we had even asked for. I did apply for that grant. We did not get the grant, the $3,000 grant, but got something much better, so. Sorry that this is cut off, but we've had the summary for October for daily admissions into Bedarkie is still going strong. The darker it gets, the more people we see, I feel like. So, yeah, well, going through that, so. We did have, I'll just jump to the pool and Bedarkie together for some stuff that we've done with both of them for maintenance, but, the pool update is that, they should be coming in, I just spoke with Renosis last week, they should be coming in between the 15th of December and the 1st of January, to fix the pool. So, yeah, hopefully we're up, we can put some water in it. And I'll be back from vacation now, so they're gonna come back they're gonna come when I get back. We are, so if you see a lot of vehicles at the pool right now, we've had, our boiler's been down for most of the duration of the pool being down to save on cost, and we've hired cooler mechanic throughout the city to help with, taking care of all our boilers, so they've been working on Bedarkie and the pool. The pool needed some significant work for that boiler, so we pulled the trigger on that, knowing that the pool is probably gonna be opening. And got a new expansion tank, some new pumps. We did get a new pool pump, which is different from the boiler, but so the boiler's up and running now, thanks to our amazing staff too. They didn't have the parts that they needed, so we worked tandemly with Blair and got it going, so it's hot down there now, which is great. So, yeah, we're looking again with reduced summer hours at the pool, opening on select weekends. And looking for when sponsored, so looking for sponsorships for opening the pool. And targeting programming rather than full open swim times. Meaning we're gonna say, this is when it's open, we're having this right now. When we can staff it, so I'm still working through that. And what that looks like. I do wanna do a shout out to Trident Seafoods and the First National Bank, both just, we got word that they both sponsored new pennies for our basketball programs. So they both are, gonna get a set each, so we have been piecing together all of our basketball, pennies. They were all a little dry rotted and, either too big or too small. We're running out of them, so they both chipped in, to purchase new ones, so, and we actually had some leftover monies, so we're gonna get some new equipment for Jake, for programming with that, so by the end of the year, very exciting. The roundup that we did at AC's practice leaders, that didn't go as well as we would like it, but the AC's was amazing, and they, we didn't meet that match, but they offered to donate the $2,500 anyway, so that's how much we got from that, for the donations.
It was not very total.
Yeah, we didn't make the cut. More than that, so, but that's still great, it was still worth it, so that will go to staters. We have a new employee that you might see at Bedarkie, we have a service dog now there of Taylor's. His name's Stephen Parker, and he's a little corgi, and he does wear a vest that says, "Do not touch me." It's very hard. He's doing wonderful, so I just wanna, yeah, make everyone aware that he's at Bedarkie now, and he's doing good, he's working, he's doing his job. It's very cute, so you'll see a picture of him in here. We also, had some donations from, Ridgeline Aviation for new equipment. Very generous, last year he donated mirrors for Bedarkie, so all the big mirrors that are up. You were donated last year. This year, we're getting a new rack, and he did 2 benches, so that's from Ridgeline, so very generous donation. It's great. You'll see our trucks have some new decals on them. We had those made a while ago, but we just put them on there, so now all of our service trucks are looking the same. So. That was a lot, but. I do also want to say that we are still thinking about the, if we're gonna be able to give any percentage off any passes from the pool. So it is something that I'm desperately trying to figure out. Our budget's been cut so much that it's a big ask right now, and I completely understand that it's a hardship for some, so I'm trying to come up with a plan to reach out to people, or they can reach out to me if they want to get a pass for next year, what we can do for them. So. I do want to mention that I get asked a lot, not a lot, but how you guys can help, and what your goal is here. Right now, we're gonna be pushing in January, the Skaters Cabin match, and out, so pushing that out, if you're on Facebook, if you're on social media, just talking to people about it, click, like it, share it, follow. Those are really big things right now, and then as that progresses, I'll be definitely asking for input about, what the next steps are for that, so. Yeah.
One quick question about that, I've been following a little bit of the covered spaces group.
Yeah,
Is there a possibility that there's an overlap there with Skaters Cabin and the covered spaces? One of the things that I always thought with the old Skaters Cabin was that there should have been more covered space for that cabin, because a lot of times the cabin is locked up.
right,
What people are down there using the area.
Yeah.
And that it would be more usable, especially on rainy days, if there was more of a covered space. And that the facility was more usable without actually having to be open or rented out. And
right,
if there was some way to do an overlap with a covered space, and it's a beautiful
it is.
location for a covered porch and for people to get out of the rain and whatnot.
Well, I did, the companies that I have reached out to for the cabin have, the only thing that I've added to them is a covered porch. Towards the lake, so a wraparound more than what it is, it's wraparound now, but so that facing the lake, it would have a cover. And
Right.
more of a space, for that, so. There has been a little bit more of a cost for that, but the rest of the cabin is like for like, but I agree, having something that, we can utilize outside. And that's covered is really important, I think.
I guess I was just thinking too, though, if it was something that dovetailed with
Right.
the covered space group.
Yeah,
That they
something to
would be
think
willing to
about.
pitch some money in, or some of the money that people are giving to covered spaces, cause I think that would be
Mhm.
an area that would get used a lot more than some of the others that they might be proposing, or, people already know about it,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah, I can definitely reach
Just-
out to Natasha
just-
and the Covered Spaces Project about that. I know they are working on the one at the Breakwater Trail right now. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully this spring we'll see more movement on it, but the parking lot has been readjusted for the covered space, so I'm really excited to make that happen. I think it's been in the works, I think, since I've worked here, so yeah, I can definitely reach out to them.
Okay.
What is the size of the cabin again? Do you remember?
I would have to look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I can get that to you, and it's online too, it's the condition assessment report for the cabin still on the city of
Oh, I'll just.
Cordova.
Yeah.
That's what I sent to, that's what I've been sending to the different cabin builders, it's just the condition assessment report, because it had the measurements. And what it was. Yeah,
My only other thing was if anybody had a chance to go back and look at the city council meeting, I think it was the 5th of November, maybe it was one of those. I'll look it up and send it to everybody, but Samantha gave a really great report to council on kind of the state of Parks and Recreation, and it was very, very informative. I heard from a couple people that were there that, yeah, they really appreciated it, and kind of in regards to the fee schedule for the most part, but why the fee schedule looks the way it did, and why they're, you know, why we were gonna have to charge for the baseball field and things like that, so. It's a good presentation.
Thank you, and we'll talk about that more, and we talk about the fee schedule too. So, thank you. Does anyone else have any other questions for me before we move on?
I had a question about when you said like programming at the pool. Instead of open hours, like what are your thoughts on that? Like, what does that look like?
My thoughts on that are, if, say, we wanted to do, if Jake or, we wanted to set up and we could sustain it a water polo or the splash ball and just open for that. And then lean more on the community for sponsorships for Rec Swim right now.
Okay.
So our main focus with only having one lifeguard, and we have to have two to open the pool, is getting the school and those things, the school swim team, making sure that they're supported too, and then after that, what does it look like? So it really stinks to have, make a priority, and I listen to the community with it, but if we can make it so that it is a program that people are attending, it's gonna bring in a little bit more than just having it open. So,
Okay. You have to have 2 lifeguards to open the pool? Like,
yeah,
okay.
training, so liability wise, so one could be in the office, like when I was working there in the office, I was a lifeguard. And so then there would be someone out on deck.
Does that person, they have to be a lifeguard? They can't have like an office help and a lifeguard?
In the past, if I hadn't had another lifeguard, I do train them in CPRO, which is, a lifeguard, it's CPR for a professional rescuer, which is backboarding too. But it's not ideal to have that. We're working really hard to cross-train everyone so that we're all lifeguards. And I think that's a goal that, there's an office down there, even if I'm down there with Logan. I've had a lot of outreach, people asking me about volunteering. Please volunteer if you would like.
Mhm.
Count on the volunteers, but it would be helpful if we had a staff person and then a volunteer too. If, yeah, and then we are restricted with hours for that lifeguard also for 40 hours a week.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a tough one to hear that we had to cut that position.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Moving on to unfinished business, discussion item FY26 fees review.
I apologize for having this piece together. I had to cut it out of the full one, but I wanted to just show everything that's gonna get voted on the 3rd. There was concurrence at the last meeting, so anticipated that it will get voted on. But I wanted to open this up for any questions about how this impacts what we're doing this year, what it's gonna look like. If you do get a chance, and I can send it out to the presentation that I gave, was a lot about reaching out to the community for the people that are impacted by this fee schedule, and creating MOUs and usage agreements, because they haven't been developed before in the past that I know of, so just making sure everyone's on the same page, and that the reality is like, this needs to happen for sustainability of the both facilities and all our parks. We can't count on subsidies anymore and grants, so anything above and beyond would be great, but I get asked a lot for field rentals and the snack shack rental and that sort of thing too. Excited about making rental agreement, just getting a rental system out there, and it's all stuff that we own already, so we're not remaking the wheel. Yeah, does anyone have any questions about it? We can talk about revenue, anything?
We had talked about this a little bit before, but out of the groups, per passes. What group would you say, would be, most likely to need scholarships for whatever? Would it be families, or would it be children under a certain age or over a certain age, or?
I'm gonna go out on the limb and say families.
Okay.
And we talked about that too. There are programs in town for individuals that are utilized through different businesses in town. And the hospital too, so for individuals, they'll come in and I have up the age of that how old kids can be when they come in for free.
Right.
So I'm hoping that takes a little bit of a burden off parents that are, you know, getting passes just for their kids. So yeah, the family, the family passes are definitely considered,
Okay,
probably would need.
right. I was just thinking that I'm sure there's people that. If you can afford it, it's a good deal, but I'm sure there's people that would utilize it if it were easier, or
Yeah,
or they
absolutely.
got. Subsidies or scholarships or whatever, and I think there would be people that would be willing to throw in to a basket for something like that, so.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think that, yeah, I get asked about that too, so, coming up with, something that we can do, would be beneficial.
Hmm.
So,
And it would up the users to the facilities as well, and. So, okay, thanks.
we also have the option in our system right now, and we haven't utilized it because of capacity with administration, like, it's just might be a lot, might roll it out slowly. In this coming year, is that we can draft monthly for, annual passes. So
Right,
we've always been able to do that. The hiccup with that is we have to pay attention monthly if cards are getting declined. So,
right,
and following up with them,
right. Okay,
that's something that might be a little bit easier to bite off too.
yeah, if it generated more revenue, it would be worth it.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you do any advertising around Christmas, but maybe just like putting it out there that people, like grandparents can buy passes for grandkids and things like that, or.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we have full funding for that. I was hoping to get gift certificates available sooner, but by this time next year, we'll have gift certificates available. So you can get that. The only, we do require a signature from a parent that would, even if they get a gift certificate. So, if we would need that, but it's just a formality. But, and it can be for anything too, you know, like gift certificates for floorball, or all the programs are gonna be, yeah, we have to charge for programs.
Any questions on the phone?
I don't have any questions. It all sounds really good. Thanks for solving all these hard problems, Samantha.
Yeah. Have you talked to the Little League folks?
Not, we are gonna reach out to everyone, once this passes. And do, you know, we want it to be strategic, and also they've used all these entities have used the facilities for a long time, and I respect that. So, we're just gonna reach out and, see if they wanna meet and go from there. So, that goes for all the nonprofits that might be affected with this, so. And then start advertising that our fields can be rented with events. I'm working through yeah, the rental agreements, which can be kind of lengthy with food involved. So making sure that everyone does that too, and making sure that everyone is, doing all the things that they need to do to be right with the city too, with, tax forms and everything. businesses. Yeah, I will add that on the revenue. Did budget for quite a bit less this year. I did anticipate that we were not gonna be as open as much, so I will roll out the January schedule. Probably the last week of December, or what that looks like right now. Working on it. And if it doesn't work, then we change it in February, so it's one of those things, you know, we wanna listen to the community, but be safe at the same time, so I'm open to input on all of it. And I'm happy to explain why we can't do things too, so.
Yeah, we absolutely have to have MOUs with these orgs, so, yeah, things in writing.
Yeah, just so everyone's on the same page with it, I don't, you know, it's. Sure. We are good with revenue. This year was up significantly from years past. We'll see on this that, with the skate park, I will bring that up. We have been using that funding for the pool, a little bit. So when Peterson's came in, you can't see, you won't see it reflected off of those monies. So you'll see the pool budget, maintenance over budget. So that's where that will be coming from. And we did use it for Skater's Cabin, for that demo too, because the cabin was falling over and we needed to get it down, so. So we can't directly take it out of that funding on a line item, but it'll be reflected on the maintenance side of it, that we're over on that side. So just chugging along, trying to, see what kind of grants too we can apply for and applying for those. And reaching out to the community, so we'll continue to do that with our activity guide as well. Selling sponsorships on our activity guide, so we can keep that going. Because that has really been beneficial for us to have that guide. So everyone knows what we're doing.
Yeah, it's a really nice booklet.
Yeah, we have fun with that.
Okay, other comment? New business. Looks like we have none. Commission business from the floor. Anybody have anything for moving forward? Okay. Pending agenda.
If you guys would like to see something on the pending agenda, please tell me, because I'll put it on there. It's helpful, even if you reach out to me.
When is our next meeting?
It does fall, I think, on Christmas week. So Tuesday.
I would suggest that we skip the December meeting, because there's a lot of stuff going on in December, and the pool people will just be starting up.
They will
possibly.
be, yes.
And then January might be more beneficial, I think, to.
I'm game for whatever, but I think, yes, I'll be in the throes of pool business then.
And you're out of town for some of that, or?
I'm back, I leave tomorrow and I'm back on the 15th
Oh,
of
okay.
December, so.
Yeah, nobody has any issues with that. I think that sounds like a good plan. Skipping the.
And then just during January.
Mm-hmm. And if something comes up, we could always have a special meeting or something, but,
Yeah,
or just the
absolutely.
correspondence.
Yep, absolutely. So we'll have some correspondence with them, if anything does come up, so feel free to come in and talk to me too, or ask me questions.
Or like a mid-month pool update,
Mhm.
if there's something to update, would be great.
Yeah, definitely.
Great. Anything else?
I have a quick question, on Skater's Cabin, I don't know what they charged in the past or what we charged in the past, but any idea what the rental rate is gonna be once it's up and going?
I don't know, I anticipate it's gonna be more than $50 a night.
Right,
And following that, nonprofit rate. And, sticking with that, but yes, it's probably gonna be more.
okay.
I don't wanna give an exact. but-
Yeah, no, I guess I was just, do we have any figures on what it had generated in the past annually?
We do, it's on that fee schedule, it should be in 25. Isn't a great representation, but I can get the numbers to you of what it was, it was $3,000 to $4,000 possibly.
Okay,
Something like that. We were not charging for nonprofits, and different entities sometimes, so, and so I anticipate that being one,
okay,
yeah, so we'll see what that looks like.
okay.
I think the Forest Service cabins are like 75, aren't they? Like
Yeah.
McKinley,
They used to be at least 50 and I think they've gone up since then.
Ski Hill's gone up.
Ski Hill, do you know what Ski Hill is? I
I think it's 35.
135.
Yeah, but unless you're a member of
Okay.
Sheridan,
Oh, then what does it bring that down to?
not sure, but it's
Okay.
less.
Okay. I looked at it online to book it and it doesn't give you an option to like, oh, I'm a member, it just charges a flat
That's good to
135,
know.
so. Yeah,
Yeah,
it seems like we're in between, you know, what the Forest Service charges.
and really, the majority of people that we're getting for skaters are big groups of people too, so
Right.
that does influence it. I've
Yeah.
had suggestions of doing, by how many people are gonna stay there too, which is, a lot of places, are doing that just during salmon season. Cause if, we'll have a limit typically on a cabin, so they're not like sardines during silver season, you know.
It almost seems like it ought to be something that there's a minimum rate, but
Yeah,
we will take donations,
yeah,
you know, above that. Cause I think some of the activities, people would be willing to
absolutely.
donate individually to whatever group they're.
And we are across, you know, another thing that we've done this year is we started renting a lot of our play equipment. So, for instance, we had people renting Skaters Cabin, the people that had their Ranger tugs that came into town, and then it's online that you can do it, they rented like, what did they got, cornhole,
Giant Jenga.
giant Jenga, you know, all those sort of things, there is a deposit on them because
Oh,
but, so at Skaters too, trying to incorporate options like that of, you know, do you want other things, so it would be like a prompt when you check out,
right,
for that, so. It was, you know, there are other options to creating revenue at those locations, which. We have, like I said, we have the stuff, we have the things, so
right.
we're also renting disc golf discs. And so that was, pretty popular this summer too, the more word we get out about it. Again, there's a deposit with it, it's $20. They do get lost.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, it's good, they get them for 24 hours and can bring them back for darky and we get more people up on that course too, so.
Another thing that might interest people, you probably have all seen the fish board out here for people that donated to the Cordova Center. You know, and the
Oh,
bigger
for
fish,
skaters or just donating,
well, that make donations to get this Cordova Center built.
right, yeah,
And I
we,
could see people wanting to,
for
show us-
skaters, we have that too, but it is a little different, we ended up not putting anything so much like that. Of like, if you wanted, like the fish here at Cordova, even though we wanna recognize everyone, we do have smaller gifts than I think $10,000 donation, which we've had a couple, what goes, to the plaque, you know. But I didn't wanna commit to anything of smaller, in a smaller version, just because we didn't know if we'd be able to afford something like that, so
Right.
it gets pretty costly. With memorials, even though I am very thankful that everyone has been donating, you know, that they have been donating what they can. But to put it in perspective, a Fisherman's Memorial plaque just went up to $507 this year. For that one, so,
There's
it's
a-
not cheap.
There's a park in Valdez and everybody that donated, depending on how much you donated, you got a picket on the fence.
That's a great idea.
Which was super cute, so it could be something that's like multi-purpose, so like
Yeah.
if you're putting in railings, maybe it's not a
Right, yeah,
iron plaque or something, but maybe it's just. And
think
maybe the
that's
high
great.
school wood shop would help
Right,
carve names in or something.
those are great ideas and definitely something that I'll start leaning on you guys for, just support or help or anything to do with.
I just think as we get closer, there's people that would like to put money towards it and not necessarily be recognized, but be proud to
Right.
have put
Absolutely.
money towards it.
Definitely something that we've been talking about and I wanna make something happen. I want people to get recognized.
Maybe we can put that on the agenda, we can all come up with some ideas for how
Yeah,
to recognize
definitely.
donors or something.
Yeah,
I just think as it gets closer to happening, I think for a lot of people right now, it's just gone. It's hard to imagine something
Mhm.
being there again, but as it gets closer to happening, as closer to having the money to do it and whatnot, that people wanna jump in.
right. Yeah, it's great. The outpouring has been amazing, so, which I knew it would be. It just took a second.
Yeah. It might also be nice to have a day rate on the cabin, like I don't want to necessarily rent it overnight, but I wanna rent it for like a fun day, 9 to 4, or I don't know.
Like a
some-
party or.
Right, like a party,
Event.
and maybe it's not like per hour, cause you don't really wanna have to organize that or nickel and dime it necessarily, but, yeah, if I'm paying for 24 hours, but I'm just using it for like a 2-3 hour potluck or party or whatever it is, maybe there's a day rate and then an overnight rate, and those people that maybe don't even wanna stay the night there, but they wanna party until midnight, they can do
Which does
that.
happen, that does happen.
Sure.
very often. We don't. Does, but yeah,
Yeah,
it does happen. And when we get more into this too, with skaters having it, we've discussed a little bit, how it's situated. That's an engineering discussion, but if it's pointed towards the beach more, or if it's gonna give a little bit more privacy, so. That's something to think about too. So when you are renting the cabin. That's.
or looking at the road, yeah.
Yeah, so having a little bit more private, but I think. Everyone's been pretty great about it, so there's only been a few complaints and people still sitting on the. Yeah, on the bench up there, while people are renting it.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny sometimes, but that's a great idea. Really,
Yeah, or a day rate, or 24-hour rate, like something simple, but. That would be nice. Okay. Anything else? If there's nothing else, I think we just need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion for adjourn. Second that.
Great.
appreciate
Thank
you
you all.
guys a lot.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Gabby.